I'm Chris Avina with American Outdoor News. I am here with my new friend, Crystal Lugo from GloveScaler. Crystal, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
So, GloveScaler, how did,
GloveScaler.
Scaler, Jesus.
That's okay.
How did you start the GloveScaler? I mean, how'd
Great.
you come up with the idea? I mean, it's a great idea and
Thank you.
simple and easy.
Great question. Well, I've always was an entrepreneur by heart, but it really sparked when I had to give up my corporate career like 13, almost 14 years ago, Chris. I was faced with
Wow.
a tough decision whether to go back to work or to stay home. But when we started, my husband and I started adding up the digits. We're like, oh yeah, childcare is ready made the choice for us. And so
Hmm.
I became a stay-at-home mom. I'm really excited at first to be home for the first few months, but then I began experience postpartum really badly and really started forward thinking like what would my life be staying home until my child was 5? Like what would I have to show for myself? And I really had I guess a self-reflection time, like I knew I could, what could I do to have best of both worlds, be a stay-at-home mom and do something that was impactful from home? But what in the world was that? And I knew starting a business had to be something unique because just to set yourself apart from competitors, you should always try to think outside the box.
Hmm.
And so I had an aha moment one night, and my husband was watching a show called Shark Tank. And this was like in 2011. And I never seen the show before. And I remember this one episode, and it changed the trajectory of my life because just watching that firefighter showing that every second counts as a life lost and why his invention would not only save lives, but would also bring generational wealth to his family was the aha moment. And I said, I too can do something impactful. And what in the world am I going to create? So I literally prayed and said, I'm determined to think of something and I'm not going to sleep. And that night, the GloveScaler was birthed through prayer, persistence, and I call it a dream, a vision. And that's how it happened. And it resonated with me because growing up, my father would take my brother and I fishing. And I remember he would always tell me, be careful with certain type of fish because they carry bacteria, especially catfish. They have this very
Hmm.
spiky bone. And if you're not careful, you can really puncture yourself and have, nasty stuff that happens. And
Yep.
so it made sense, like, wow, a 2-in-1 product, a glove and a fish scaler where you can grip and scale fish by using your hands. And it just started all unfolding like it was meant to be.
So you grew up on the water, fresh water, salt water.
Fresh
What is
water.
okay? So
Yeah.
where did you grow up?
I grew up in upstate New York, Syracuse,
Get
but
out.
Hastings, Watertown area, Onondaga. Yes.
Okay, so you weren't really a New Yorker.
No,
You
I'm
were
not. And that's what my
Canadian.
husband says.
That's
He says, I'm
Canadian.
the imitator New Yorker. I said, well, at least I'm born in the state. What are you born in? Virginia?
Yeah.
But
There
I'm
you
a New
go.
Yorker.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I know freshwater fishing could be amazing up there too.
Yes.
I'm from Long Island, but I have
Gotcha.
spent half my life upstate fishing, hunting, camping, outdoorsman through and through.
Yes. Awesome. So you know all about it.
Sure, sure, absolutely. So now, uh, you, how'd you develop the GloveScaler? Having an idea is one thing,
Correct.
putting it into action is another.
Oh man, like I tell you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't a walk in the park, but it was definitely being resilient and relentless and knowing what I saw. I had to conceptualize that now out of my mind and put it into action. So I reached out to companies that could kind of take what I was trying to articulate. They didn't know what I was talking about. They said they
Hmm.
would cost about $30,000 for them just to try what I was articulating to them and them trying to depict what I was showing them. And I said, no, I don't have that much money or money like that at all just to throw away. So I'm going to make my own working prototype.
Hmm.
And I literally went to Walmart, Home Depot with my dad, and I was just grabbing stuff off of shelves. And I had a picture that I drew of my hand and the little spike items that I saw in my vision, but I didn't know how to actually make it. And like I said, just trial and error and figuring out the pattern. I became an engineer. I
Wow.
became, the product design, and I designed my own working prototype so well that the manufacturer now doesn't have to go back and retrace and redesign anything. It's just now figuring out mass production capabilities because it's never been done before.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I'm really excited. So I have the glove. So this is the GloveScaler, and this is the design that I saw that I tried multiple ways because any which way you move your hand, the scales have to come off the fish. And so I knew that design had to be consistent and it couldn't be sharp enough. It had to be dull, but sharp enough to get the scales off, but not
Mhm.
sharp so it can destroy the flesh of the fish. So that was even something interesting to play with, like the right angle of the blades. So yeah, it works.
So does it come as a pair? You're wearing a
It
pair of
does.
gloves?
It
So
comes as a pair.
so you can grip with one hand and scale
Correct.
with the other, and one hand gets tired of scaling all day, you can switch hands.
Exactly. And I really pride on this product as a unicorn glove because you don't just necessarily have to scale a fish. It's any you can handle any type of seafood,
Mhm.
whether it's shrimp, lobster, oysters, you name it, because they have spiky things on the body of the aquatic organism as well and can carry bacteria. So anything that's slippery, slimy, the glove scaler will do the job.
Well, it's pretty innovative product. I'm looking forward to trying it on our now you are a sponsor of our fishing event in Montauk Point this summer, so I'm
Yeah.
actually kind of anxious to put on a pair of gloves and see what we could do with it. It's pretty innovative. Now,
Thank
women in
you.
the outdoors is a fast growing demographic, and
It is.
you've grown up in the outdoors.
Yes.
Um, Now you're officially working in the outdoors.
Yes, yes, excited to say. And I love to pride on that, as being a female and just love outdoors. And now I'm a mom of five, so I have something that I can have my kids wear while we go fishing and
Mhm.
not worrying about, my 5-year-old getting pricked. Well, now 6-year-old or 3-year-old getting pricked by the fish's bones as something that they could wear. So being a mom and making sure, hey, if you want to touch something slimy and nasty, I got something to protect you. And ladies, don't forget, we have to protect our facet, our
Yeah.
nails. So it's so funny when my customers who are ladies put them on and they smell their fingers, it's like, oh my goodness, my hands do not smell fishy.
Uh-huh.
And so that's something that they enjoy about, having their hand fully covered as they're cleaning and handling and just enjoying nature. It's not clean, nature's messy. Fish scaling is definitely not an easy job and it's very messy, but when you have proper tools that can, be effective and cut the time down in half and have fun with it, what more can you ask for?
Now you were going to be at your first ICAST convention
Yes.
in Orlando coming in July. Uh,
Yes.
where can people find you at the convention?
Absolutely. So we are at booth 4460, and it will be under the name GloveScaler. And we are very excited and just eager to showcase the GloveScaler, answer any questions, just network and just glean from other fishermen and like-minded individuals because it's like the Super Bowl of fishing, right? We're in one hub for 3 days, just learning and glean off of each other and just excited to make and meet new connections there.
Yeah, it is a great place to network. And for people that don't know, ICAST is the premier fishing event of the year.
Yep.
It's open to the public, so we do encourage people to come down and go to the Glove Scaler booth and try the product out. Not on your kids or your friends,
Right.
but
Disclaimer.
but take it home. Try it. You're really it's gonna make your life a lot easier. Now, where can we find the glove scale?
So right now you can find us on social media, GloveScaler on Instagram, Twitter. I make it convenient, all one word, GloveScaler. And also on our website, we are taking pre-orders. We are finalizing mass production right now because we want to make sure taking all of our customers' feedback to make sure this is the product that is top notch, right? So production can be a long process. Engineering a product that has never been made, it can be long. And so it has been long, but only to the point where we want to be comfortable what we're releasing to our customers. So I just want to say for those who have already purchased and been waiting for their next round, thank you for your patience because, we are producing something that you're not going to be disappointed with. And it's going to make your life that much easier when you're touching any type of aquatic and organism.
Now, going back to production, how long did it take to find a manufacturer?
Oh boy.
The
It took,
research and
yeah, it
that,
took a long time. And only because we had some hiccups in 2016, I was working with a company that promised they could source and produce, take it to mass production within a year. And after, working with them and paying them off, like my husband and I, like I told you, we bootstrapped this venture. So it has been, slow but steady just because we wanted to, minimize the risk of debt as, a growing family. And
mhm.
so we took our time, but the company turned out to be not a good company, not very reputable, and set us back quite a bit. They took our money. They started recanting on everything they said they were going to do. They did not have the CADs. They did not have the prototypes. After I have an email trail of everything, line by line, what they were doing. They were testing. They had a factory. They were ready to go to production. And this was the another amount of money that they needed. When I met that demand, that's when they said, "Oh, we need more money."
Mm.
And so that I took a year off after that because it was just so hard. It's almost like it's your baby, when you see your baby injure or hurt, you just need to focus on and I need to focus on my mental health. Like I needed just to take a minute, regroup, and pivot. And that pivoting sometimes is just taking a breather and know that sometimes setbacks and delays are okay. And there's another way around those obstacles. So I had to learn and navigate around that. I wanted to make sure my patent was good. So we're fully patented. So we are fully patented, fully trademarked. So get that legality out of the way.
Mhm.
And so it took a good 6, 7 years, honestly, Chris, to find a manufacturer just last year, to be honest with you, that met our demand. And I have a great design team now that really took me from just me to now I have a team that could articulate now to the manufacturer how this needs to be structured. So if I could, trust me, I would do the whole thing from start to finish out of my house. But, we need help sometimes.
Well, starting a business is an undertaking.
Yes.
Starting a business, developing a product is a whole daunting process. And
Oh my
sounds
goodness.
like you've overcome every hurdle so far, and now it's just getting it out to market. And
Right.
uh, I'm glad to be partners with you in our fishing
Yes.
event. And I look forward to doing business with you over a long period of time.
Likewise, Chris. We're really excited and thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, taking the time to talk to us today and introduce GloveScaler to our audience. And again, check out GloveScaler. You can find them on social media. Uh, go to iCast. You're not going to be disappointed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.